Last night in our exclusive investigative series Exposed, we told you about government's plan to purchase a new fleet of vessels costing close to $1 billion, even as some 25 Coast Guard vessels lie idle at the Chaguaramas Coast Guard base. Tonight, security sources say that a former top-ranking security official has written to the Prime Minister indicating that the damning vessels were in fact overpriced and that the vessels should not be bought. Reliable sources say that the Prime Minister has since asked that they hold their hand on the purchase of the million-dollar vessels. We contacted Commodore Franklin, who formed part of the implementation team in obtaining the Damon vessels, but he said he preferred not to answer any questions on whether the vessels were suitable for this country's waters until he spoke to National Security Minister Carlton Alfonso. We text messaged the Prime Minister on her two mobile numbers asking for a comment on this matter, but she did not respond up to news time. But there's another bone of contention that security sources say has to do with the purchase of a Chinese vessel that was bought during the Prime Minister's visit to China last year. Sources informed TV6 News that the government purchased a Chinese vessel to the tune of somewhere between $220 and $230 million to serve as an offshore patrol vessel. But since then, they have learned that the vessel has several shortcomings and cannot work as an OPV. The dimensions of the vessel, the cut of the vessel and the engine's size, security sources told us, does not make it compatible to do heavy-duty work in deep waters. Former Minister of National Security Gary Griffith told TV6 News that he was against the purchase of the vessel, which now will have to be used close to the shoreline.
It cannot in any way be used as an offshore patrol vessel. What it can be used for is to assist in the coastal patrolling at the borders of Tier 2 and also to assist in border protection, but it cannot and should not in any way be classified or considered as an offshore patrol vessel. It doesn't have the capabilities to do that.
Security sources explained that OPV vessels deal with heavy to deep waters 12 to 200 miles out to sea. Tier 2 vessels can sail with 2 to 12 miles, which would usually be stationed in the Gulf of Paria and near the South American mainland. Tier 1 vessels operate at least 2 miles from shore. Effectually, the Chinese vessel falls mainly under Tier 1, and insiders say that the vessel was a waste of taxpayer dollars. TV6 News understand that the Prime Minister felt obligated to purchase the vessel and might not have been guided properly. We sent a second text message to the Prime Minister, this time about the purchase of the Chinese vessel, but up to news time she had not responded. Mark Basant, TV6 News.